What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we got a custom 1985 Chicago from developer Boring. Now, this is their 2.0 version of the 1985 Chicago, and I think they all but nailed the shoe one for one. Let's get into this review. As you can see, it does come in this customized box. Just for quick reference, this is the box that it actually comes in. And it is a very quality box alone with the actual box that they come in. Just wanted to show you that. As you can see, developer Boring, branding up top, and they have this unique label on it. Just gives you the overall info of the shoe. Chicago 1985. We picked this up in a size 12, and it does show you the Euro size comparison. But what's really impressive is what's underneath the lid of the box. And that is this exploded view of all the different panels of the shoe that makes the shoe. I think that's just a nice little different touch. Make imagination into reality. Very nice. And this is a quality box, the thickness and everything to it. And the shoes also come with two extra set of laces, one being a varsity red and one being a pure white. And here you have it, guys. Custom pair 1985 Chicago from developer Boring. And let me tell you, the quality on this shoe is outstanding. The fit and finish of the shoe it's outstanding for the price point that this comes in. It's well below the price of retail for your standard Air Jordan 1s. And that's something to be said. But let me give you a quick 360 of the shoe, and then we're going to jump into some of the details, the comparisons to OG 1985s, and give you a couple comparisons between the version 1.0 and the 2.0, which we have today. Here's a quick look at the lateral side of the shoe. Everything's is in great proportions. Here's a quick look at the medial side of the shoe. Here's a quick look at the rear of the shoe. Very nice hourglass shape. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into the shoe, starting from top to bottom. As you can see, the ankle collar area, it does come with your standard mesh neoprene, as most retail Air Jordan 1s does. And I will say this one is decently padded. Very nice and tight cushioning. Nice bounce back to the cushioning. Excellent job done by developer Boring. As you can see, it does have custom size and info printed into the ankle collar area, as we picked this up in a size 12, and it has custom by DB, which is developer Boring. Nice touch. And the shoe comes with your standard cardboard shoe tree. Haven't seen any of those in a while, but here's a quick look at the insole. Pure white insole with the developer Boring branding on it. And this is the thick polyurethane insoles. Very comfortable. I did try these on. Very nice and plush feel to them. And in my opinion, I think the size fits pretty much true to size. Maybe just slightly larger, but if I was buying these over again, I would stick to the true to size from the feel and comfort of it that I got just trying them on real quick. I didn't lace them up or anything, but had ample amounts of room, and I'm semi wide foot. That was no issues at all. Moving up top, taking a look at the tongue, you do have your standard mesh tongue. I will say it does kind of give off a light gray hue to it. And of course you have your varsity red tongue tab. And it does have your white Nike Air branding. Only thing I wish they did better was the actual fitment of it. As you can see, the back of the tongue, it kind of rolls into the front. But I think after a couple wears, it should settle down. It just seems like it's almost a little too small for the tongue. Or it's just slightly misaligned. I think that could have been a little bit better. That was one of my slight gripes to it, but nothing major. But one thing I will say that they did do a good job with the tongue height. As we all know, high 85s, they have a taller tongue versus your standard Air Jordan 1 highs. So I think they did a good job with that. I will say I thought it should be slightly higher, but nonetheless, I think they got the height pretty much close to accurate. Moving on to the ankle collar area materials, you have your black standard leather, very tight, leather on here, not soft at all. But it does feel pretty much quality as the whole shoe feels. Try to give you a closer look at the cut on the leather panels. Nice thick cut of leather. And that's one thing I can say when I got these shoes and opened them up for the first time. I didn't smell any kind of strong glue smell, but I actually did smell some of the leather. So very nice quality leather in my opinion. I won't say it's the softest material, but it shouldn't be. As we all know, 1985 Jordans have a thicker leather cut and it's normally a smooth cut. And that really does give you the confidence to know this shoe will break in great over time. So I really like the cuts on this shoe. And moving down into the side panels, what I will say is dealing with the side panel materials, this leather cut is very soft. And it also feels very good in quality. As you probably heard me say a couple times now, quality. And this shoe does have it. And that's why I'm so amazed at the price point it did come in. As you can see, the cut in the leather, very nice. But moving back up into the Air Wings logo, very large Air Wings logo. I think the placement is pretty accurate, the way they have it moving towards this lower hole, centered. I think one of the differences between the OG 1985s, I want to say that the Wings logo is pretty much painted on. I might be wrong. I don't currently own a pair of original 1985s, but from the pictures I've seen and things like that, that the original 1985s, it was either painted on or very slightly embossed. And I can confirm on this pair, it's a very light embossing to it. You can feel the embossment on it, but it's very light. So I think they did a pretty good job trying to replicate that as best as they could. But moving back down the shoe, you have your oversized Nike swoosh, and I think the placement of this swoosh adjacent to the eyelet section is pretty much on point. The difference between the version 1.0 and the 2.0 that we have here today is this Nike swoosh is actually placed lower into the side panels. So in the version 2.0, they actually raised it up slightly. And that was one of the differences between the 1.0 and 2.0. We'll get into the second difference here shortly. And in my opinion, I like the look of this 2.0. Comparing it to the original OG 1985's pictures of it, I think this one is close to accurate versus the 1.0 that they originally had released a couple months ago. I just kind of feel like the 1.0, it was too low and too close to the midsole. And it almost looked like cartoonish, um, in my opinion. It almost gave off immediate red flag that these was not original. So moving down into the midsole, you do have that 1985 midsole. And as most of you know, the 1985 midsole that usually had this hump in the midfoot, and the design and texture of the midsole is very prominent, as you can see. Moving into the forefoot strap, very nice cut of leather here. Quick look at the toe box. We'll come right back to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outsole. You have that varsity red outsole, and again you have that slim heel counter of the outsole, which is standard on 1985s. All right, so getting into the toe box shape, I think, in my opinion, this is the perfect toe box shape. Closest to the OG from pictures and videos that I've seen. I think this is the closest. The version 1.0, it had a very slim toe box to it. And I will admit, the version 1.0, it was a very nice shaped toe box to it. In the version 2.0, they brought that height up just a little bit more, just a little bit higher versus the 1.0. But if you do like that 1.0 version, you can reshape the toe box on this. And I also will say that Developer Boring did say after a couple wears of wearing these, that the toe box should start to reshape itself and flatten down, just ever so slightly to give you that shape. So I think that's what I will do Is just let it naturally start to reshape and fall into that section. But in my opinion, I think the shape on the toe box on the 2.0 is just as good also. But again, if you do want to look up the version 1.0, you can look up videos to show you how to reshape your toe box. There's plenty out there to educate you on that. But taking a look at the toe box material, again, very soft leather on the toe box, as well as the side panels. Very nice quality feel. Give you an overhead looking down shot of that toe box. I love 1985 cut on the toe box. As you can see, that material just pulled up onto the toe box. I really love that about the 1985s. All right, guys, so we're going to take a look at my left shoe, look at the quality on this shoe, and we'll get you guys out of here. Here's a quick look at the medial side of the shoe. I think this view gives you a nice look at the rear of the shoe. And that's one thing with high 85s, the rear portion of the shoe is a straight up and down. Your standard Jordan 1 high OGs, they kind of curve forward up top versus the high 85, which has a straight back. I think they did an excellent job. Try to give you a closer look at these side panels. As you can see the texture in that leather, so very nice leathers used in this shoe. So the overall process ordering this shoe, I think pre-orders went out like December the 3rd of 2023. And I recently got this about a week ago. So it was almost a 2-month process to get this shoe. Because I want to say that the developer actually handmade 300 pairs of the 1985 Chicagos. And I also think they made 300 pairs of a bread colorway. But again, for the price point and the materials and quality used on this shoe, very well worth the wait. And that's one thing I was kind of curious about, is how the quality of the build was going to be. And I must say, upon picking this shoe up out the box, you can actually feel it. That is a nice sturdy shoe. Usually a good telltale is squeezing the midsole. And most times it will flex and bow in this area. I must say that there's no flex and bow in this shoe. This is very, very stiff and sturdy. And I will say I've had retail pairs that wasn't as sturdy as this shoe. So I think the overall build quality was A1 on this shoe. But overall, I think this was an excellent remake of the original 1985 Chicagos. And again, I'm very satisfied with this shoe. Really no complaints at all. If I did have to nitpick the tongue tab, I think they could have did a better job with the placement of it. Only other issues I probably would have would be the laces on it. They pretty much feel kind of cheap, and a very long lace. It's just, I think they could have did a slightly better job with the laces. But as sneaker collectors, we got a ton of laces, so this point is easily improved. I could just swap out laces. So that's really the only complaints I did have with this shoe. If I was really forced, it would be the toe box. I think the 2.0 version maybe could have been like slightly thinner, but again, as I stated, with wear it should reconform slightly smaller. So, but overall, excellent pair of 1985 Chicagos, and I absolutely love them. But yeah, guys, feel free to leave your comments. Let me know how you feel about this custom pair of 1985 Chicagos. Please stay tuned to the channel. More content to come. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers in 2024. Not too far away, so if you would, please hit the subscribe button. Help me out along the journey, and I would truly appreciate that. And also feel free to check out my most recently uploaded content. I want to say I did a women's exclusive metallic gold Jordan 1, and also the Bread 4 reimagined some. So please feel free to go check those out. And again, I appreciate you. Until the next time, peace.